Hello everyone. So today is my father death anniversary. So I decided to share his life journey with you all, as I always wanted to write a book on his life journey, but I was not able to write it. So I decided to make a video on his life journey, so everyone should know about him and should know about how much he struggled in his life and how he succeeded in his life. Sarfraz Khan was born in Zaudkhon to Aji Muhammad and Bibi Gulnaz. As best he could figure, 1957, his formal education ended at 8th grade. He married twice and had two children with his first wife and seven children with his second wife, Bibi Numa. He loved to laugh, he loved music, he loved his family and his friends. He was honest, fair, and consistent. He was able to speak seven languages. Sarfraz was an ex-commando with a shoot, mangled hand who failed in many early adventures in his life, but later accomplished the impossible to lay down a lot of school on the roof of the world. So he left his school and went back to his village, Zodkhan, and started teaching there for 1 year. After that, he joined Pak Army and then got shot in his hand and went back to his village and started teaching again. But after 1 year, he decided to move to city side for jobs and he started driving on Karakoram Highway. After some years, he decided to move to Karachi as a security guard, and after that, he decided to move to Lahore as a restaurant worker. And after some time, he decided to move to Peshawar. He loved to travel basically, so he moved to Peshawar and worked there as a mechanic. And after some time, he was bored with that profession as well and decided to move to his village again. And then he went back to his village and started working as a thread. He started threading between Chaporse and Wakhan corridors. After that, he decided to work as a porter on mountain climbing. So after that, he started driving on his own road, like Chaporson to Sauce, and one day he met with Greg Montenson. Then he met Greg Montenson, and that two spent lots of time together. They become very good friends, and then Greg Montenson hired Sarfraz Khan as a Central Asia most remote areas project director, and that two become a good friends. So after that, the two spent weeks at a time traveling with little sleep, eating sketchy food, drinking gallons of tea, and living on a regular ration. As Sarfraz called it, brothing. In 2005, earthquake in Azad Kashmir, Greg sent Sarfraz to visit remote areas to evaluate how much CIA can help them. So, okay, when my father reached there, I mean in Azad Kashmir, so one thing became clear that the government lacked the resources to rebuild the thousands of damaged and destroyed schools. So, Sarfraz set up temporary tents, schools, and built relationship, eventually installing more than a dozen earthquake-proof pre-manufactured schools for them. Okay, in the same time, he was working in Afghanistan with infrequent visits home. In Afghanistan, work separate to include projects in Kabul, central and eastern Afghanistan, and Tajikistan as well. So much, but still we have to wait for 5 to 6 months so he can come and meet us. So it was very tough for us as well as for him, but he was a dream to build schools and complete his project. He was a consistent person in his life who loved to complete his work. And after meeting with Greg Montenson, Khan often said that Greg had spared his life, giving him a chance to do meaningful work and serve the people. For him, his work and family both was very important, but He never left his work for his family or his family for his work. Sarfraz Khan's biggest accomplishment was no doubt dozens of schools and women vocational centers stretching from central Badakhshan province all the way to the end of the road in the Wakhan corridors. Star, which represent the largest investment in the education of Badakhshan's children by no one ever. Bozoi Kumbad, where he built a small but solid primary school. He said the Bozoi school had been his biggest achievement. Sarfraz came to Central Asia with a unique set of skills, and he put every single one of them to use for the benefit of the organization. He worked hard to carry that work forward, helping to build stronger communities, stronger people, and a stronger Central Asia, wherever Central Asia sent him. Explaining his work in September, Sarfraz Khan said, "We are working for all the needy people in places where nobody is helping, not just for Sunni, Shia, or Ismaili. Our vision is to serve all the poor people and needy people, places where there is no schools, or if there is school, it is like for animals." Okay, lots of government questions them. Question my father, why working in mountains, not in cities? So he answered that every organization is working in cities and then they come to villages. But Central Asia is the only organization from the village and then they come to the city side. He built a lot of schools in Azad Kashmir, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and Gilgit-Baltistan. Khan's last project was Bozoi Kumbad, 3 ways to access only. The first way was 3-day trek, and the second way was 2-day hike, and the third way was 6 to 8 hour drive. Sarfraz Khan had traveled each route at one time or another. When he needed to deliver supply last July, he chose the Sajmak route because he was not feeling well. He got special permission from Tajikistan and Afghan border commanders. He then headed east, but his health was not well. In the route of Sajmak, he stepped out of the truck and immediately fell unconscious on the gravel road, hitting his head and revealing how sick he was. He was like, okay, no problem, we have to complete this mission. Because the General Tajik got shot, he have to come back to Pakistan because the situation was not good there. So he moved to Pakistan again. Yet Sarfraz Khan never gave up anything easily. His doctors advised radiation therapy to reduce the size of tumor and helped get his pain under control. And then the Bozoi mission was complete there and he went back to his home again. By the time Greg met Sarfraz in 1999, Sarfraz had already become a legend. The stories that clung to him were both colorful and provocative. He worked so hard throughout his life. When he became a project director of Central Asia Institute, he spent lots of his time to invest and build schools for those needy people. All teach us that work for your community, work for your society without any consent. I am a proud daughter of Sarfraz Khan who feel proud to say that he was a legend. He was my hero. It was only me or only for my family. He was legend for all the students in Pakistan and Azad Kashmir and Afghanistan, Kabul and Tajikistan, where they were not able to go to school, but my father gave them that opportunity, the chance to. Do you know what? Throughout his life, he struggled. Nobody's. You always teach us that if somebody is doing wrong to you, never do wrong to them again. Show them your goodness and help those who did not help you in the past. When you need their support, they did not support you, support them. So they will feel shame for that within themselves. Don't do that. Don't do the same to them. You are not like them. So ask them and show them how good you are before and now. Okay, he always teach us that never invest too much on yourself without any reason. Save them and help others. He was the man who bring us from that small village to this big city, who all our dreams and is no more with us, but still. So the thing is that today wherever we are because of my dad. We are very thankful to him and thankful to the organization Central Asia Institute. Yeah. Who could say where the truth ended and the legends began?